let's mute that. All right, this video just popped up in my feed, and it's scary. It's called "The Massive Advantage of Diablo 4's $90 Deluxe Edition." I haven't really looked at the editions. I know if you pre-order, you get early access for the first beta, so you can play beta, weekend before the open beta, which is it's really cool. And it's a $70 game to begin with. So let's see what the $90 edition gives you. That gives you a massive advantage.
Okay, so gamers all around the world, no matter your genre preference, are eagerly anticipating the release of Diablo 4. The action RPG set in the darkroom world of Sanctuary is going to be on everyone's must-have game list in 2023.
I think Diablo 4 is one of Blizzard's most popular franchises. When Diablo 3 released, it was the most popular game sold in 24 hours. It made history, right? It was one of the most popular games ever sold within 24 hours. It's been around for decades. Going all the way back to early 2000s to the 90s, like Diablo 2 and even the first Diablo. So a lot of people have at least tried it and then have grown up with it over the years. And I think it attracts all ages because action RPGs, let's face it, action RPGs aren't really a popular genre nowadays. That's compared to battle royales and then just FPS games, especially with younger people. So I think Diablo 4 is pretty, Diablo in general is pretty simple. It's easy to get into and it's pretty fun. So I think that's why it's so popular.
This is all happening prior to the game's actual release. And if you're on the fence, I'm going to be breaking down each of the editions available, as well as which option will be the best choice for you.
This is actually good, because I don't know which one to buy.
To purchase. Before we dive too deep into this topic, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to stick around until the end of the video to see how you can earn a free copy of Diablo 4 from the Comeback Kids. Now, Diablo 4 is going to have an early access beta on March 17th through the 19th.
That's, how many days from now? Today's the 10th. That's in a week. So next weekend. And then, what's that, the next weekend afterwards. So, I think I probably will pre-order it and play it.
This is exclusive to pre-orders as well as a complete open beta on the 24th to the 26th. Diablo 4 is coming to PC, Xbox, and PlayStation consoles, and there are going to be 4 total options to choose from. You have the Standard Edition, the Deluxe Edition, and the Ultimate Edition.
Okay.
You also have a Physical Collector's Edition, which we'll tune in more on later.
Oh, now, I got that for Diablo 3. I got the Collector's Edition. Actually, hold up. Let me see if I can find it. Look at this. Diablo 3 Collector's Edition. I went to Best Buy at midnight with my brother, 2012. We got this Collector's Edition. It had an art book. It had a game DVD. Back when DVDs were a thing. I think I hid my weed in here when I was a teenager. It's got the soundtrack, Diablo soundtrack on a CD. It's got some pretty cool art in here. There's freaking Keef and everything all over this. So that's pretty cool. Soundtrack. And it has a Diablo 3. Invite a friend for free, a guest pass. Look at that. If you want to use that code, if you can read that, feel free. I know that's going to be really worth it. So that's pretty cool. The Collector's Edition was actually, the box itself is cool. I think the coolest thing in the Diablo 3 Collector's Edition was the art book. The book, it had all the artwork, the pre-art concepts and everything, concept art, and then the case itself for this. It's really sturdy, it's well made, and it just looks really cool. Having this, I should have this in the background somewhere. But this thing looks sick. So I actually really want to check out the Diablo 4 Collector's Edition.
Now, if you pre-order these versions digitally, this does not mean you get the actual in your hands physical copy of the game, which is honestly an incredibly common thing nowadays.
Wait, whoa, repeat that? Repeat that?
In your hands. Now, if you pre-order these versions digitally, this does not mean you get the actual in your hands physical copy of the game.
Oh, yeah,
which is honestly an incredibly common thing nowadays. So now let's break down the Standard Edition of Diablo 4. It is the cheapest of all of them, and it is the one most of the player base is going to buy.
Yep.
Everyone's used to a game being the normal $60 price, but things are now starting to change with the base game cost being at $70.
$70.
For pre-ordering the standard edition, it includes early access for Diablo 4's open beta, so players will be able to return to Sanctuary early even with this edition. Players will also get the Lightbearer mount in-game, and for World of Warcraft, the Amalgam of Rage mount.
Oh, that mount looks cool.
In addition to all this, for Diablo 3 players, you get the Anarius Wings and the Anarius Murloc pet.
Oh yeah, the collector edition in Diablo 3, you got like 2 pairs of wings too, which were really cool because back when Diablo 3 first came out, like that was the only set of wings.
And they also received the Umber Wing Darkness cosmetic set for this steaming pile of dog they call a game. I would say honestly, even if you're considering buying the game, this is going to be your go-to option with you now being able to play 2 testing weekends, and you get a really great pre-order mount that's exclusive as well.
Okay.
I personally don't care about any of the extra cosmetic stuff in the other games like World of Warcraft, but it could be for you also.
I play WoW, so like that'd be cool to get to.
Going to the next higher edition, it's going to be the Digital Deluxe Edition. The Digital Deluxe Edition for Diablo 4 cost a whopping $90 and includes all of the content that comes with the Standard Edition. You also get a massive game changer that is honestly a bit much in my opinion.
Did I just read what I think I know what he's about to say. I can't believe this is truth.
Players will be able to play the full release of Diablo 4 up to 4 days early.
Oh, why are games doing this nowadays? I know Hogwarts Legacy did this, and it was annoying because I bought that on PC and I couldn't even play the game for like a week after because it was so fucking unoptimized fucking... Ugh. This is really frustrating that games are doing this now. It's like instead of a release date, they just come out with, yeah, give us more money and then we'll give you more early access. Early access.
An absolute massive head start if you're able to get this version and play the game 4 days early. I personally don't like the idea of this being a thing, you know.
I don't like it either.
$20 more and get a big head start over everyone that's you know, either casual or just not interested in spending the money, or they just don't have the money. I don't know, to me that doesn't...
$90, guys. That's a lot of money.
...doesn't feel too right. I always love the idea of everyone starting the launch of the game at the same time.
Yeah, it definitely. Like, when you start at the same time, it just feels good, you know. I don't know. Everyone is in the same level playing field. When there's a head start, things are just gonna get out of crazy. Ultimate, what, 7 days? Oh, it's 4 days. It's 4 days head start if you buy the Deluxe Edition, $90.
And to me, it just feels like you're splitting the player base right in half at the launch of the game.
Yeah.
Immediately. On top of that, with this edition, you get...
Well, technically, it's going to be 3 days head start because, you know, on that first day, you're going to get error 37 like in Diablo 3. You're not going to be able to get into the game.
Game items as well. Players will receive the Temptation mount and the Hellborn Carapace mount armor. Aside from items, the Digital Deluxe Edition includes a premium season battle pass unlock, which does not come with the battle pass itself.
Wait, this game has a battle pass? Oof. Okay, it could be a good thing. It could be a good thing. It could be like the new thing in WoW, the traveling post or whatever it's called. That's pretty cool. So maybe it'll be good.
This will be sold separately for $10.
Oh no, it's not free. Oh my god. Dude, what the fuck is this game turning into? Oh my god. Let's time travel and make... Oh, I can't believe Blizzard, man. Ever since Activision bought out Blizzard, they are just so greedy. They just nickel and dime you for everything. There's a battle pass in a game that costs $70 in an action RPG. I'm speechless, dude.
And
I don't get it.
For those of you that do not know or may have forgotten, Diablo 4 is going to have a battle pass based off strictly cosmetics as far as we know right now.
So
moving on to the next one, players who want to pre-order the Ultimate Edition are looking at a very big $100 price tag. The Ultimate Edition has only 2 differences from the Digital Deluxe Edition. Instead of the Premium Season Battle Pass, players will receive an Accelerated Seasonal Battle Pass Unlock, which includes an additional 20 tier skips and cosmetics. The second difference is that the Ultimate Edition also gives players the Wings of the Creator emote. Aside from that, these editions are the same. And lastly, for you collectors out there, you have the Physical Edition. And it's mainly for collectors as it does not include a physical copy of the game whatsoever.
You don't get the game if you buy the Collector's Edition. You don't get the game. You have to spend, what, $170 so you can buy the box with all the cool goodies in it, and then you have to buy the game.
At a price tag of $100, Diablo 4's limited collector box includes the Candle Creation, Oculate Mousepad, Cloth Map of Sanctuary, the Pin of Herodrum, Collector's Edition Art Book, and 2 matted fine art prints.
But not the game. So you get a can. Wait, let's go back. Let's go back. What do you get?
Oculate Mousepad.
You get a cool book. The art books are actually cool.
Cloth Map.
A mouse pad, you know, it's going to be one of those cheap ass mouse pads, most likely.
Map of Sanctuary, the Pin.
Map of Sanctuary, that could be pretty cool.
Herodrum,
you get a pin.
Collector's Edition Art Book, and
you get a candle.
2 matted fine art.
$100.
Prints. Now, all of these are amazing.
And it doesn't have the game.
And honestly, they would be really good to put up in your room.
Look at that mouse pad. That mouse pad looks pretty cool, but it looks like one of the small mouse pads. If you're a real gamer, you know you have a mouse pad that's like fucking your whole desk.
To put up in your room, don't get me wrong, but man, I really feel like they could have at least given you a physical copy of the game and maybe increased the price point to $150 instead of spending an additional $100 for some physical art assets. Okay, so now to break down what is the right edition for you. Now, if you're on the fence about this game as a whole or simply are on a pretty...
Dude, I am so skeptical about this game. And now that I know there's a battle pass, like, I don't know. I think it's, for me so far, after the past few days of looking at all this stuff, I think it looks like Diablo 3, but maybe a little bit better. Like, I don't think it's going to be revolutionary. I don't think they've innovated too much. The MMO concepts and ideas involved there are cool. Like the world bosses, they can play with up to like 11 other people, but there's no trading. And I feel like you really wish they had trading with like PoE does, like a market and everything. That'd be really cool. And yeah, so I think it'll be a good game, but I don't think it's gonna be that great. I don't know.
Steep budget.
I think it might get. I think it might be like what like Diablo 3 is right now, where you like, yeah, you play the season, you get OP, and then it just gets kind of stale. Like I don't know how the end game is yet. I think that's what is gonna matter the most is how the end game is, how the end game feels, and how much replayability and content there is to do it. Because in Diablo 3 right now, all you do is even before the end game, you just go in, you start a new season, you just rift. That's all you do. You do rifts, you do bounties to get like your ring, then you do rifts. And then you do greater rifts. And that's literally all you do. And I know they have like 150 dungeons, but are the dungeons just rifts now? Like, is there an actual end game? Like with PoE, we have all these different seasonal things that you can do. You can do delve, stuff like that. You can have the whole atlas. Like the whole atlas is just hours upon hours of content. And then there's bosses that spawn in your atlas. And then you can fight the 4 bosses. Then you can fight the Shaper. Then you got Elder. And then you got all these other bosses that I've never even done or even heard of. And then you got Uber Elder. You have like multiple difficulties. The progression is so good. And then Diablo 3, okay, here's your 2 and 4-piece bonus set. You now do 20,000% more damage. You now have 3,000 billion toughness. You crit everything for 85 trillion damage. And from what I've seen so far with the gearing and the optimizations and everything with Diablo 4, it looks very similar. The values on a lot of these legendaries and set pieces are crazy percentages, like, and they're just gonna multiply off each other. They have a new Paragon system, and the Paragon system doesn't look great. I don't like Paragon points in WoW. I feel like an action RPG shouldn't reward you just for no lifing it. You know, like someone who has the same gear as someone else who is 1,000 Paragon levels behind them are just gonna be doing so much more damage. So Diablo 4 rewards just no lifing, and I feel like, I don't know, obviously you're gonna get better loot too when you no life, but I don't like the Paragon system. I don't like infinite like systems in general, like how World of Warcraft Legion had the artifact power and stuff like that. I don't like infinite grinds, and I don't like how, especially how it's like account wide. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. I really don't know. I'm just skeptical, man. I hope this game is good, but I am so skeptical.
I would highly recommend just waiting for the open beta weekend on the 24th to the 26th. There's no harm in simply waiting to test out a weekend for free with having no risk at all in spending $70 on a game. Now, for the very casual player who will play an hour here or there, not really having too much time to sink into the video game, I strongly recommend pre-ordering the standard edition of Diablo 4. You get to test 2 playtest weekends coming up this month, as well as getting a really cool Lightbearer's mount in-game. It's great for those dads who simply don't have free time here or there, or the people who are too busy with IRL stuff, work, family, whatever. Now, going on to the player that will definitely sink their teeth into the game like this and 100% be playing it a ton, I would highly recommend grabbing the digital Deluxe Edition. Gaining access to a 4-day head start is...
A 4-day head start is just crazy. A 4-day head start is just so crazy, dude. Think about that in Diablo 3. Or like a 4-day head start in a World of Warcraft expansion or any game. You'll be like max level by then, right? You'll be max level after like a day or 2 days. You'll be doing rifts. If you're like people that are like really good at Diablo 3, they'll be like a 2000 Paragon level after 4 days of Diablo 3 season. We've seen that. Even on hardcore, these guys are like 2000 Paragon level. They just play like all day. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy.
Is a very big deal in the launch of a game. On top of it, you get some really great cosmetics as well. Personally, this is the route I'm going to be taking. Now, $90 is a bit steep, I'm not going to lie, but passing up on a 4-day early access isn't really an option for someone like me who's ready to give this game, I mean, practically my life for the upcoming months. I don't care about the battle pass at all, personally. I do like a mount here or there, don't get me wrong. It's just not for me.
Well, the difference is $20, right? So pretty much for $20 extra, I don't care about cosmetics or anything. So for me personally, $20 extra for 4 days of playtime. I'm gonna have to think about that.
Now, unless you're an absolute Diablo fanatic, collector of games, physical copies, and stuff like that, or you just simply have money to spend, overall, the physical copy brings little to no benefit to you. That means you'll be spending minimum $170 to buy this and the game.
It's so
and to
stupid.
me, that is just way too much money to be spending.
It's a waste of fucking money. I
Overall,
can't believe
ladies and gentlemen,
that.
I'm so excited for this game and how deep we are actually going to dive into it. We have so much content coming up for you all in the next few weeks. We have live streams, new videos.
That was a good video. I didn't know that was the case. I can't believe they're doing a 4-day head start with the game. That's just like a slap in the face, man. Dude, Blizzard's just crazy now. Every company now is just crazy. Everything's got like a monthly subscription. Everything just, you know, forces $5 a month. Oh, you know, you want to buy Adobe software? That's gonna be like $700. Oh wait, no, just kidding. No, you have to pay $50 a month. It's crazy, dude. Every company out there is just fully embracing like capitalism at its finest. It's